Hey everybody, it's Chris Snow with the C21 Coastal Team, and I want to say thank you again for joining us on the video blog, and wanted to introduce you to today's topic. And we're going to be talking about the 5 things that are needed when purchasing a home. The first thing that we're going to need to know is where the money is coming from. If you're paying cash for the property, that's going to be real easy. The money's in your account already. If you don't have the money in your account and you're going to need to take a loan, the first thing we're going to have to do is get loan approval. If you're not sure who to get a loan approval from, what lender to work with, reach out to a real estate agent, because they typically are working with multiple lenders and have had an opportunity to see what kind of service they provide, what kind of rates that they provide. So if you're not sure how to get a loan approval, reach out to your real estate agent or a realtor that you know, and they should be able to provide you with at least 2 or 3 names of good lenders to work with. The second thing that you're going to need is money for your binder deposit, or what they call earnest money deposit. And all this does is that once you've identified a home that you want to purchase and you put a contract in on it, you have a certain amount of money that's set aside that is a deposit, basically allowing that seller to take the home off the market and set it aside for you while you go through the loan process and also the inspection process. Typically, in our area here in the Northeast Florida area, binders will range from anywhere from 1% to 2% of what the purchase price is going to be. The third thing that you're going to need when purchasing the home is going to be your down payment. And your down payment's not going to be determined by anyone other than you and the lender. So between, as you go through and you're interviewing the lenders, you'll find out what loan programs they have. And your down payment will range anywhere from no money down, a 0% loan, to as much as 20%, depending on what your credit situation is and what type of rates and what type of programs you want to have. So just set aside that anywhere from between 0 to 20% is going to be required for a down payment. The fourth thing needed to purchase the home is going to be an appraisal and a home inspection. These are 1 for your protection and 2 for the lender's protection, so that way you know that the home is in good move-in and habitable condition, that you've taken as much precaution as you can to make sure that the house is in the best condition as it possibly can be. And if there are items that need to be taken care of, that you're communicating that back to the owner of the property and asking them to correct those items prior to closing. You'll also have to have the monies for the appraisal, because the lender is going to want to make sure, if you're taking out financing, that the agreed upon price is a valid price in the market area, and they're just protecting to make sure that you're not going to overpay for the home. And the final thing that you're going to want to have are money set aside for your closing costs. And depending on the loan program that you're doing, your closing costs are going to run anywhere between 3 and 4% of the purchase price. There are ways that you can reduce this amount or shift the closing costs from you to the seller. And the best thing to do is make sure that you work with your real estate agent to ask those questions up front, not as you get later on in the transaction. If we're going to have seller participation in any closing costs, we're going to want to have that upfront in the initial negotiations. Thanks again for joining us on the video blog. If you've got any questions or comments on the topic today, please feel free to reply back to me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. If you feel like this would be a help to someone that you know, please feel free to forward that on. And until next time, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.